Okay, in this video, I'll show you how to get your components back in OrCAD PCB editor. In this view, we have the rooms available. Let's make sure we're in the correct edit mode. So you go down here to general edit. That puts us in a mode where we can edit everything. As for find, we have these different rat's nests available. Looks like the components have disappeared. So what I'll do is go to visibility and turn everything on. Global visibility is on. Very interesting. These components are not here. Okay, if we go to place components manually, the components do not exist. Interesting. Okay. Looks like the... Okay, what I'll do is go to the Find tab. So let's go to Display, Windows, Find. I'll turn everything on. Actually, let me turn everything off and then just go to Symbols. So the PCB footprint is there. And wow, this is very bizarre. Okay, what I'll need to do is export the packet symbols, and let me take a look and see if we can get the original library. So we go to export more libraries, no library dependence. I'll export this to a specific directory. Let's say the, student cadence PCB symbols. Okay. Choose. Then let's export the components and see if they will be, see what they're going to look like upon export. So let's go to File, Open one of these components. I do not want to save. Let's open a drawing file for a 28-pin component. Okay. Interesting. So it shows up as normal, like as we would expect for it to show up. Okay, that looks good. Okay, we're going to save that. Let's open up one or two more. Okay. So the components themselves are in good standing, looks like. What I would do then is go to recent designs and open up this board project again. Then go to the tools, pad stacks. There's a way to refresh our symbols here. These are drawing symbols, excuse me. Let's update our symbols. Let's update. That's fine if we rip up etch. Update step map. Okay, keep design path stack names for symbol pins. Select definitions to update modules to packet symbols. Yeah, let's update all of these and refresh. Okay, hit close. And it looks like the packet symbols are updated, but some things are still missing here. I don't know how in the world these got what? The only thing I could think of, right, is to go into the color wheel. If we go into the color wheel and make the assembly lines artwork not visible. So we go to geometry, if you go to package geometry, assembly top, assembly bottom not visible. I mean, but they're check marked though. So let's reset everything. Apply. For the display, let me make sure nothing's transparent. Okay. Yeah, I mean, uh, hmm, what is going on here? We go to placement edit, right? Let's go ahead and right click this. Unplace this component and then place. Aha. Cannot load symbol to 8p underscore. Should cancel. Save this. If I were to right click and refresh symbol instance. Okay. Let's unplace this and see if it can be placed. Yeah, it can. Q5, see, it inherently has some problem, which means to me we have a pad stack issue potentially. So what I'll do is go into the local folder. Okay. In fact, I will close PCB editor. Go into the local folder. Correct. And I'm going to put the contents from that folder into itself. Okay. Now the project has full access to the PCB footprint. So we'll reopen PCB editor. Okay. We go to our our setup and our user preferences. This gives us an overly large menu here. Come on, window. I mean, the UI really needs some work. Okay, but anyway, we'll go into paths, library, or pad path. We want, let's see, the current working directory and then the symbols directory. Okay, that's fine. PSM path, current working directory, and the symbols directory. Okay. Let's click apply and click OK. Now I'm going to open project 2 PCB. If I go to place components manually, okay, it's able to find the packet symbol, right click done. Okay, so now that we have that, let's go ahead and go check everything. Go to tools. Oops. Update symbols, I'd say. Packet symbols. Update everything. Okay. I'm going to ignore a fixed property as well. Let's refresh. Okay. So we've updated the packet symbols. That includes the text, the outlines, and everything. Then this text over here. Okay, so it's looking better. Let's hit file save. And then for the text that's visible, what is this? Let's go back into general edit mode. Highlight this text. This text is assembly top text, device type assembly top. So let's go into our color wheel. I don't want that visible. Components, device type assembly. Don't care about all that stuff. Tolerance, I don't need that information either. So click apply. User part, nope. In fact, I could just click on components and then make that visible. This is not, this doesn't give me the option to expand anyway. Component value, no. Ref des, I think reference designator is the only thing I care about. What else do we have here? Reference designator assembly top. Yeah, that's good to keep. That's good to keep. Okay. We have some, let me see, what else can we do here? We could hit save. Let's hit save to overwrite this. Now I'm going to attempt something. If I were to go general placement edit and then select everything and then right click on place component. Well, I could have done on place all components, but that's fine. Then now go into, you know, application mode placement edit, or go to place, quick place. See, the quick place menu is a little, it doesn't quite work for me. So I need to move it over to my other window. See, the fit doesn't, okay. Okay, that doesn't. Okay, we have another option. Let's go to place components manually. Then we can do placement by room. Okay. So let's say we work with power, and you can place all your power nets in your room. Place by reference designator, schematic page number, by particular net. Quick place would be the easier way to do this, but you know, it's fine. Power capacitor, so on and so forth. It would be nice to, you know, automatically give the shortcut to rotate and whatnot. That's why OrCAD X is the better option for like easy PCB design, and that's what is going to be the new standard, so to speak, for incoming PCB designers, because this is to, like, the standard user interface is more powerful, has more features that you have access to, or it gives you access to all of the features. However, we don't need all this. Oh, well, however, OrCAD X makes life simpler. Okay. There we go. I'm going to right click and choose done. I've placed my power components. The next step would be components manually. Interesting. Let's hit cancel. Place. Oh, I see. Oh, I'm in components manually. And then here are the other components by reference designator I can place. It's odd that they doesn't show up on that menu. So I'm not sure what that's about. Let's go ahead and close, minimize this command. I can click on general edit, go to place components manually. The list shows up again. Then let's choose the power is already done being placed, so we can go to USB and then, you know, place whatever you need to place from USB, or you could, you know, choose specific things. So we hide that. Okay. Well, the test points I probably put outside somewhere, and then, you know, I can right click and rotate. It's done. We'll go back to place components manually, and then our last room is the processing room. Let's hide this. Well, our connectors would be on the edges of the PCB, quite honestly, but it's fine. And our processor should take up pretty much the majority of the space in here. Okay, we get our test points. And our oscillator chip. Connectors on the outside of the PCB. So you would put those, the outside somewhere. Processor you could put anywhere really, I would actually sooner make this the smaller processor version. So that could be an exercise for you in component selection once we do component selection as a lesson or module. Component selection is pretty much an entire course. Okay. Let's go right click and choose done. I'm going to save this. Do I want to overwrite? No. I'll call this project 2 placed _km. Okay. Okay, so there you go. Here, it almost kind of looks done, Next, we have what I'm going to do is save this one more time, overwrite. Then placement edit, right click on a component. Okay, highlight everything. Unplace component. I'm going to save, overwrite, no. Okay. So you can use this as an exercise to go ahead and place your components manually by room, by group, and everything. If your project is out of sync with if your PCB is out of sync with your project, what you can do is go to import netlist. And then design entry, CIS capture, allow etch removal and everything. You can choose your import directory. And this is where you look for, find you go into your Allegro folder. So wherever you got this project for this board file from in your Allegro folder, that has 3 files called the netlist files. Okay. And they end in .dat extension, .dat. Pretty much they're in the Allegro folder. Okay. And then when you choose and then do the import function, when you run import, that's this right here, it'll import the netlist. I don't have a netlist because I only got the BRD file from you. I could access the netlist from my design files, but hopefully you get the idea. Maybe I should put these things in a OrCAD Fundament or OrCAD Essentials course to get people acclimated to the system.